Sadhguru Jagi Vasudev is a realized master, mystic, and yogi. He has shown the way for people to attain to their natural joy and to live life with experience from one's own inner nature. His presence is filled with grace and compassion. Sadhguru's scientific approach towards spirituality and work towards the upliftment of humanity have received accolades worldwide. The words that come from him in intensity and utmost clarity, from his deep understanding and wisdom, can change the very core of the being. Belonging to no particular tradition, Sadhguru incorporates what is most valid for the modern person from the spiritual sciences. His work, an outpouring of his blissfulness, finds expression in the form of a ceaseless offering to help all beings. Available to all who are willing, Sadhguru's life is an invitation to the divine through individual transformation. Welcome to the silent revolution of self-realization.
If we want to live well, both externally and internally, how well we live here simply depends on how well we manage our surroundings and how well we manage ourselves. Fundamentally, life is management. If you don't know how to maintain your body, your mind, your emotion, your situations, your life in general, your home, your communities, nations and the world, the quality of our life is just how well we manage things with ourselves. But generally, we are thinking of management, we are applying ourselves to management only in terms of business management or industry management, or generally we are talking management only with economic situations, not life as a whole. Anywhere you go today, people are talking stress management. Especially a few years ago when I first went to United States, wherever I go, people were talking stress management. I could not understand why anybody wants to manage his stress. I can understand you want to manage your business, your finance, your family, your property, whatever, but why would you want to manage stress? It took me a while to understand these people have come to the conclusion that there is no other way to live. Somehow people have come to the conclusion that if you do things in the world, you're bound to be stressful. One is not stressful because of what they're doing. One is stressful because he's a bad manager of himself. He doesn't know how to manage his own systems. That is why he's stressful. It is not the nature of the job which makes one stressful. You ask a chaparasi, he is also stressful. You ask the top executive, he is also stressful. Everybody believes their job is stressful. No job is stressful. If you have no control over your own systems, you will be stressful, whether you do something or you don't do anything, isn't it so? See, management means… fundamentally, management means we want to decide the course of our destiny. That's management, isn't it? We don't want to live here by accident. We want to take our lives where we want to go. That's management, isn't it so? If you're managing by accident, you are not a manager. Without you, things will run better. So once you say, I'm a manager, that means somewhere you have decided that you want to go in a particular way. You want to have a certain kind of situation, both inward and outward. So everybody is a manager in his own capacity, but in different levels and different types. Whether you manage a kitchen where you cook for 4 people, or you manage a large industry where 10,000 people work. Fundamentally, if you want to have a good kitchen or a good industry, you must be a good manager of that situation, isn't it? So whether you're managing a little kitchen or a large industry, if you want to manage outside situations, generally you will have to manage material and people around you. If you have to manage 10 people or 10,000 people around you, you have to manage 10 minds or 10,000 minds around you. But if you have no management over your own mind, you managing 10,000 minds is going to be a disaster. In the process of doing something, if we are destroying human beings, which is happening right now, in the process of managing a situation, the man is broken, then this kind of management is no good, because after all, every management that we do is only for human well-being. If we are doing management for human well-being, in the process of doing something, in the process of managing situations, it is not only about producing something or making profit. Human beings should rise to their full potential. If we manage a situation properly, in simple process of working, you and the people who are working with you should be able to raise to their full potential. When I say rising to full potential, not just work potential, but as human beings, they must be able to rise to their full potential. If people work together, then people should be able to rise to the peak of their love, peace, compassion within themselves. If this doesn't happen, then it's bad management, because all management, the basic intent is human well-being. If that is not happening, you're just producing something, you're making little profit, but human beings are getting broken in the process, it doesn't mean anything. So if this kind of management has to happen, that just in managing a business, you find people around you raise to their peak, then you have to spend a certain amount of time in focusing on your inner management. If this doesn't happen, you will only manage situations by accident. A lot of people have understood management as a way of throwing their weight around. Can I tell you a joke? Are you okay? On a certain day, a lion was really feeling great within himself. He just was walking and a little rabbit was going, he caught him and roared at him, "Who is the king of the jungle?" The little rabbit, terrified, said, You, of course you." He let him go, swaggered around a little bit. Then he found a fox, caught him, "Who is the king of the jungle?" "Oh my lord, it's you, of course, nobody else but you." Then he swaggered around a little bit, caught a few more animals, everybody screamed out of fear, "You are the king of the jungle." Then he was in full swagger, like a manager, king of the jungle. Walked into a clearing in the jungle, there was a huge tusker standing. He went, stood in front of him and asked, "Who is the king of the jungle?" The tusker took his trunk, rolled him up, picked him up, twirled him around, smashed him to the ground. His back broke. Then the lion said, "You could have just told me." But the tusker said, "You see, I had to make my point." So, a lot of people generally are thinking management means just throwing their weight around. Throwing your weight around is not management, any fool can do that. Now, as there is a science, as there is a management science for external well-being, there is a management for science for inner well-being. It is just that most of the time we have not approached it scientifically, we're just believing by doing something somehow everything will be okay. Right now, people are thinking by educating themselves they will live happily ever after, which you will discover after some time it's not so. By getting a job, they think they're going to be happy ever after, which you will discover it is not so. By making money, you think you're going to be happy ever after, you will discover it is not so. Somebody thinks by getting married they're going to be ever after, and they know it is not so. So, you're trying to somehow fool yourself into believing that by doing something everything will be okay. Though repeatedly it has let you down, still you believe that something else, some other miracle will make everything okay. It'll not be okay. I would like you to understand, there is a whole science of inner management. If you don't learn that, you may manage businesses, you may manage industry, but still you will not live a life of fulfillment and well-being. If you want to live a life of fulfillment and well-being and offer the same to people around you, it's extremely important you know what it means to manage your interiority.
Isha Foundation was established by Sadhguru in 1992 as an entirely volunteer-run, international non-profit organisation dedicated to cultivating human potential. Sadhguru, a yogi and visionary humanitarian, works tirelessly towards the physical, mental and spiritual well-being of all. Isha Foundation's activities range from powerful yoga programs for inner transformation to much-needed outreach projects for society and the environment. The foundation is headquartered at the Isha Yoga Centre in the south of India and at the recently opened Isha Institute of Inner Sciences in the United States on the Cumberland Plateau in Tennessee. At the core of the Foundation's activities is the distilled essence of the ancient science of yoga, referred to as inner engineering. The inner engineering programs are conducted globally in a variety of settings, touching people from all economic and social backgrounds in an equally powerful way, from the villages of rural India and Africa to the world's major metropolitan cities, from the executive leadership retreats to the programs in the prisons of South India and the United States. People everywhere have been deeply touched and transformed. Sadhguru works with the world's preeminent leaders and institutions to foster peace, global understanding and international cooperation. His vision and understanding of modern social and economic issues have earned him the reputation of a speaker and opinion maker of international renown. Isha Foundation's mission is an endeavour to create an inclusive culture that is the basis for global harmony and progress. The transformation experienced in inner engineering programs has inspired many into action to improving the living conditions of the neediest and to preserve the environment for future generations. Action for Rural Rejuvenation is a rural revitalisation program offering medical care, community rehabilitation and human upliftment to more than 3,500 villages in rural southern India. The project recently expanded its activity in Africa, in Sierra Leone. Village games and inter-village tournaments are organised for community joy, reducing addictions and promoting social bonding above caste, creed, religion or economic status. Isha Vidya, the Foundation's education initiative, aims to provide affordable, high-quality school education to children in rural areas so that the native intelligence of children has the opportunity to bloom. The uniquely designed pedagogy promises to produce confident, English-speaking, computer-skilled youth capable of productive participation in the economy while preserving the identities of their origins and culture. Schools are currently operating in 4 districts in the southern state of Tamil Nadu, with over 1,000 children benefiting from this new approach to education. Project Green Hands is a massive public reforestation effort aiming to plant 114 million trees. The project seeks to inspire people around the world to keep this planet habitable for future generations and establish a culture of care for the environment. Since its inception in 2003, Project Green Hands has mobilized over 1.5 million volunteers to plant over 5 million trees. With its active and dedicated volunteer base, the Foundation's activities serve as a thriving model for human empowerment and community revitalization throughout the world. This approach has gained worldwide recognition and reflects in Isha Foundation's special consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations.